their kind of middle defense, pick and roll play, all of the stuff that they need. He's done a great job so far this year.
James can't hit from three. Lakers have been cold from deep over the last 6 games, under 31% as a team. As Morant, too strong. James the rebound. Lakers got off to a scorching
11-0 Memphis run to start the game. Way to get going if you're the Memphis Grizzlies.
Lakers found themselves in a big hole against Oklahoma City on Wednesday. It got down 30-13 as James.
You know that he was a focal point, so very discouraging start for this Laker team, letting him come out and be this aggressive.
And the Lakers right back in a massive hole like they were the other night before coming back to win in overtime against Oklahoma City.
Their head coach comes from the Greg Popovich coaching tree. Coach Bud he was with for a couple of stints. And the 3-ball by Kuzma.
Normally teams, when you're talking about the #1 rated defensive team in the Lakers, you're going to have to pass the ball multiple times, kind of like what you see the Lakers doing right here, getting great ball movement.
Well, a 31-16 score to start the second quarter as Taylor Jenkins' team wreaked havoc on the Lakers in that first and did indeed clean up the defensive glass. They actually built a 22-2 lead, shorted them 2 points.
And so the Lake Show with the 3rd best point differential in the league. LeBron all the way, strong to the rim to score. LeBron James.
In year 18. Anderson, not that time. James the rebound.
Every record book that the NBA has, and he is still hungry for more. We talked to Frank Vogel about, is Bron going to get some rest? Bron wants another MVP, and he's not shy about talking about it. And so it's going to be hard to keep him off of minutes and off of games.
Guys who should be in rotations, getting cut out of them because of numbers, being the miserable part of his job, but he's had to have some tough ones with Morris and Wesley Matthews as Morant banks it in transition. Morant, the crossover, the floater won't go. Davis, the rebound. Here comes James, the locomotive in transition for the bucket and the foul.
That is one way the Lakers are going to get into this, if they're able to get stops and get quick transition buckets. Grayson Allen shooting about 38% from 3. But for any 3-point shooter out there, the ability to have people run you off that line and still knock down floaters is so key to your 3-point.
James.
You know, when you're in those out-of-bounds positions, you have to everyone communicate. Who's got who's going here. Watch the back screen. None of that was going on prior to that play. LeBron James is asking to guard somebody. The Lakers haven't guarded many people.
Valanciunas lost it. They guarded someone there. 3-on-2. James through the lane. The shovel back to Davis. Beautiful feed. James to Davis. Gets it over to Valanciunas. Davis went for the steal, and then it's taken away. Matthews and James were there. Kuzma in the corner. Can't hit the 3. Coming up on the Toyota halftime, Dallas's dynamic duo. As Morant get at the 3, and Maria Taylor, Paul Pierce back at the studio. Breakdown a busy night in the NBA. Largest halftime deficit the Lakers have faced this season. James unable to finish. Valanciunas got bumped by Davis. No call, but here come the Grizzlies. James unable to finish. Valanciunas got bumped by Davis. No call, but here come the Grizzlies. Anderson waits, gives it up. How about Brooks? Short on a 3. Remember, 2, Dillon Brooks with 3 fouls. Short on a 3. Remember, 2, Dillon Brooks with 3 fouls. Something to keep in mind as James turns it over.
This has just been an ugly game for the Lakers to start the first half, and now here.
Oh, and that drops in, or they're going to count it.
Okay, thank you, Ryan.
You got it. Nice D there from James and Gasol. And Davis on the other end cashes in. Nice D there from James and Gasol. And Davis on the other end cashes in.
As a player, I never liked that because it just put the pressure on you to sustain that for the entire game.
NBA All-Star Voting presented by AT&T. Go to NBA.com/vote today.
So, Richard, you wanted more of like a 19-8 beginning.
They're going to make a run. You know the opposing team is going to knock down some shots. So you put the pressure on yourself as you see LeBron James with the finish.
For the purple and gold. Gasol hit a big three a few moments ago. LeBron behind the back after the double team. AD at it again. He is at it again.
By the way, we talk about the players who aren't here for Memphis. Brandon Clark, DeAnthony Melton out. Justice Winslow, Jaren Jackson haven't played yet this season for the Grizzlies as Davis finishes again. Alex Caruso in for the Lakers with Davis, Gasol, Kuzma, and James. Caruso's jumper is good.
I want to make a joke about this guy needing to retire after missing a dunk, but then all of his fans would start tweeting at me and be in my mentions. Guys, it's a joke.
In 27 straight games, third longest streak in NBA history. Oscar Robertson had a streak of 29 games, and then LeBron James had a streak of 30. Memphis has shot 8 free throws total as a team. That's to be expected. Grizzlies are last in the league in free throw attempts. Allow the fewest free throw attempts.
Yeah, and even this possession here was caused by Kyle Kuzma getting an offensive rebound.
Lakers have been able to cut it to 3. They have not been able to get over the hump. James finds Harrell, who lays it in, plus the foul. Montrezl Harrell a chance for 3. James through the lane, pops it up and off. Harrell the extra effort, couldn't put it in but got fouled. Ja Morant picks his way through, tossed it away, another turnover. James in transition, James lays it in, plus the foul, and the Lakers have their first lead of the game. James misses the free throw, and Memphis, it's going to be Lakers basketball on a 9-0 run. James executing the 2-for-1, splashes in the jumper. Final possession of this third. James, you bet. A step back 3 from LeBron James. Just silly. The Lakers this season, and they start the 4th with a bucket. A 7-point Laker lead, and now a turnover. James off the steal. They trail by 20 in the first half, 13 at the half. Jones can't hit. It springs a break essentially for James.
Matthews tonight has not hit a 3, 7 in the previous 2 games. LeBron back in.
Nice.
Oh, great move on Anderson. Can't stop that. You just can't.
Multiple extra opportunities for the Lakers. 5 rebounds. He only had a few games ago. As you see another no-look pass by LeBron James to Kyle Kuzma.
Looking forward to Nets Warriors on ABC tomorrow night. Kevin Durant back after having to miss a week because of James a 3. No. Davis the offensive rebound. +7 overall on the glass. Now they are a -5. The Lakers have totally flipped the rebounding story as Memphis comes up with a steal and Morant gets fouled.
Welcome back. 35 points. LeBron, 2 big steps, trying to get it to Kuz, and he couldn't quite get there. 108-93. Grayson Allen just firing it up.
Schroeder, who's had a quiet night himself. 2 points, 1 of 4 from the floor. James, look out! The tomahawk throwdown from LeBron James.